1,000 times apparently. I got a milestone unlocker alert or some crap. Um, is that actually what this video is going to be about? Oh. This video is going to be about the fact that out of those 250,000 views, how many of those people helped me to turn in the evidence? Keep on making account after fake account to harass me. Bollinger were friends in Virginia. I posted up a bunch of stuff today, just some highlights about, well, Natalie was dating Tim before she went to Virginia. And when she got to Virginia, he was calling her up, fucking threatening to kill himself. That's what he did. Because she wouldn't touch his naughty. Now, why did I want my life to end? Because I was being abused by people like him. This fucking cunt rag ass pussy, Tim Beeson, wants to fucking whine like a little bitch. Because his ex-girlfriend, who he started fucking when she was 14, by the way. So go ahead and go fuck yourselves, stupids. Anyway, quite a few years older than her, but that didn't matter. It didn't matter that he was fucking feeding her drugs. So the screenshots on my Facebook, they show a few of the highlights. Her talking to me about Maddie Boa and the trip, because we did plan it together. Talking to Alicia Bollinger. Here's the thing, I had all this evidence at the very beginning, nobody would fucking look at it. Nobody would fucking look at it. Now, when Natalie Bollinger got a hold of me after fucking over a year of fucking abuse. So she was finally gonna meet with me and stop all this fucking crazy. Well, she didn't fucking show up. And nobody fucking looked at the goddamn evidence. As always. Sure, you got your pretty words, but then do you have any follow through? So then people just want to argue about what my predators said. What does the evidence say, dummy? What does the fucking evidence say? You gonna listen to a web sleuth or look at fucking evidence? Well, you best be looking at evidence if you don't want me posting up what a fucking idiot you are and then proving why. If you're a dummy, not my fault. Stupid people are born every day. There's a difference between a stupid person and an ignorant person. An ignorant person is unaware. A stupid person chooses to remain unaware. Unfortunately, when you've got stupid people harassing you, it kind of fucking sucks. Well, really sucks. It's obvious that Natalie Bollinger didn't tell the truth. It's also obvious that none of these web sleuth groups are actually showing the evidence. What they do is they show what my predators said and what my predators claimed. They don't ask my side or care about my side or care about the sheer number of people who harm me because of this slander and the fact that they just keep on perpetuating it. When I try to explain what a fucked up situation I'm in, the people who claim to be my friends, they start going off about them. I'm overwhelmed because instead of people listening to understand, well, they're only hearing themselves. That's one of the things with Mike. His solution was an all right solution, albeit a very temporary one. But I knew it was going to be a very temporary one, and Mike wasn't listening. But then he wanted to get angry with me when I said he wasn't listening, and get irate, and be very angry with me for speaking. Stupid. For me to have to go to the hospital alone in Tillamook, Oregon, especially after the bullshit at the last visit, that's just not okay. The fact that it resulted in me being assaulted is even more fucked. So 250,000 views on my channel. A lot of fucking evidence on my channel. Who's helping me to turn it in? I got Girl Interrupted, who's not going to help or even try. Michelle Stewart, who is not going to help or even try. See, here's the thing. Most people, she ended up doing what she wanted to do and ignoring what was important. Now, if she'd have paid attention, she'd have known that many people have made fake accounts for me or made accounts in my name, and I've definitely had people pass judgment on me, including in the courts, by claiming that I was making a bunch of fake accounts. I was never allowed to defend myself against any allegations by anyone at any time in court. Now, when it come to being locked up in Lincoln, my public pretender already knew Mr. Harvoy. He already knew he was committing felonies. Mr. Harvoy, my own public pretender, was committing felonies in Nebraska. Yay. That's right. One of my public pretenders, well, almost all of them committed felonies. No, all of them. All of them committed felonies. Amanda Balehash was my public pretender when I was assaulted by Waylon Lolatai, and I was charged with assault. She was rewarded by committing felonies by going to the very jurisdiction that Natalie was killed in, Adams County, Colorado. So she's now a judge in the jurisdiction where I was repeatedly harmed. How many people got this kind of treatment? A lot of them. Joel J., he committed felonies against me too, but I had to go in alone. Nobody there with me. Now, he was rewarded for not doing his job by getting to become a judge in Kansas. Problem is that his judicial misconduct should have barred him from being a judge. Same thing with Amanda Balehash. Anyway, I get that there's a lot. There wouldn't have been so much if you guys had done something at the beginning. If you guys had listened to me when I first came to you about the abuse, instead of talking over me, telling me how to think and how to feel. Now, I'm going to post up one that's got the message from Joanna Taylor that made me decide to make a fake account so that I could destroy my own Facebook. Joanna Taylor Smith said that she was going to make Natalie, Alicia, and Maddie's life a living hell if I killed myself. I couldn't have that. Natalie did the opposite of what I did. I mean, sure, she stole my suicide. I'd been begging somebody to kill me for over a year by the time Natalie got somebody to kill her. There's also a lot of people, I told you they exist. You want to pretend they don't exist. You want to play off a reputation, the honor system. Well, none of these cops are honorable, especially if you're homeless. You don't matter. They will talk over you. Every single cop thinks it's okay to talk over me. What occasions did they not talk over me the whole time? When there was a civilian present with me. When I went in with, God, what's her name? Laura Nelson. Laura Nelson didn't fucking speak up a goddamn bit. But at least Sean Holloway shut the fuck up long enough for me to at least try to tell him what was going on. That's recorded on my YouTube channel as well. There's also Tara Smith of Adult Protective Services, who I was supposed to turn this stuff into and show this evidence to, and she refused to look at it. All she was interested in doing was gaining control of my finances through Adult Protective Services. How fucked up is that? And then, of course, she wasn't actually an advocate. Megan Misegatis claimed that she set up that appointment. No, the fuck she didn't. I set that up. I'm the one that had to give her the impression that I was going to sign over in order to get her to fucking show up so I could show her the goddamn evidence. Of course, then she want to talk over me and ask a bunch of questions they got nothing to do with the abuse, for goddamn sure. Obviously, I can't do nothing but talk right now. I got a fucking shit ton of anxiety. YouTube is about the closest I got to a friend, because YouTube, well, it's not interrupted. You know, there's lots of issues that result in my videos being splotchy or spotty. You can see how people gang stalked me. It was groups of people who did this before Natalie was killed, making fake account after fake account after fake account to harass me. Now, in order to try to frame me for murder, which obviously didn't work, well, they were going to have to paint me as some sort of a horrible monster. They were going to have to insinuate to the public that I was schizophrenic and delusional. And of course, they had to prevent me from gaining access to the body cameras. That was the most important part. Lots of people could have assisted me with that. Matter of fact, plenty of people claimed that they would. But they never did. You're supposed to go to friends and family when you're abused, and they're supposed to help you turn it in right away. That's the instructions that are on my paperwork. Go to friends and family. The reason for this is because friends and family are supposed to be informed. They're supposed to care about you enough to try to find out what's going on if there's an issue. Now, it's one thing, I keep looking at the stuff, how to tell if somebody's being abused, how to tell if somebody's being abused. And it goes through all the how to tell. And of course, I'm exhibiting all of those things, or most of them. Signs of trauma. But it doesn't matter because I'm not a person. I think I'm a person. But you're all interrupted because speaking. A lot of strangers who get on my channel could speak up because they have seen quite a bit, but they never will. They want to get interactive, which is fine because they're not trying to be damaging. But then you get to see how people want to get involved and they want to literally do and say all of the things that push a person to suicide and then tell you about how they were trying to help you. Meanwhile, you're trying to explain to them how the things that they're doing and saying to you are literally the opposite of the help that I need. Those are the things that push people to commit suicide, and you do them even heavier, even harder, and even meaner. Oh, Sean, well, if that's the way you feel, I'll just go away. No, how about you tell the truth so I don't have to? If you go away, I'm just going to post it on the internet. You can tell the truth or I will. No fucking brainer there. Neil Robinson typed, "Hello, strange man." Well, it looks to me like we got our first troll on this video. what do? Take a screenshot. And then what do? We click on the name. And then we go to hide user on this channel. Blam. So easy. Getting rid of trolls is about the easiest thing in the world. It's not so easy when you're being assaulted and realize that nobody cares. Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind. Now, let's take a look at the messages between myself and Natalie Bollinger here. My alarm. All right, so this one was right after this picture right here. This is the owl I rescued while I was rescuing Jamie and her son. This would have been from the first night at the new place. Let's see. Here she's telling me about piercing her face. I was basically just going through and clicking on stuff. I didn't necessarily grab all the stuff I was intending to. Here she's talking about being sleep deprived and very well. She was wanting to know if I talked to Maddie. We were planning on a trip to Virginia to go see Natalie. Let's see. This one right here, she's talking about how terrible things are. Past 2-3 weeks been awful. I miss you. I hope you're well. I'm sorry we haven't spoken lately. I just don't want to overwhelm anyone with my shit. I miss you. Someone somewhere is loving you. I explained to her I was leaving tonight because I had since I'm leaving tonight, I have to have my heart checked out on Monday, so I am going to spend tomorrow in Colorado. I hope I can see you. If not, I do feel loved. You are good. Let's see. She typed, I wouldn't leave without seeing you. Because, of course, this is before she left Virginia. Explained how tired I was and that I felt bad for abandoning her. That's because I went to Candace's to heal up. She typed, you didn't abandon me, you took care of yourself. What need to continue to do? I don't feel abandoned by you. I know if I need you, you're a call, a text, a 2-hour drive. This is obviously before she left. This is July. Here's a whole explanation of why she needed to leave. She wanted to be out of there. Anyway, they've all let's see. Let me read this. I want to leave because I know it will be good for me, but I'm not sure Virginia will be good for me. I'm afraid I'm going to come back to the same situation because I miss it. My family here is mad at me, and I'm kind of over everyone treating me like shit, so I haven't been seeing them or talking to them. They aren't used to me doing this. I'm a people pleaser. I try to make everyone happy before myself. So they've all concluded I'm on drugs, and for the first time in years, I'm not. It's frustrating to be accused of something I'm not doing and I'm trying to do, but instead of them having a leg at concern and asking if I'm okay, they gather up and talk about how I'm doing heroin and it sucks, dude. I know, man. Here she's telling me about her anxieties. I mean, here's the thing. We were friends. You know, this is our correspondence between each other. This is about her boyfriend. This is Tim Beeson she's talking about here. It says, my situation has just gotten to be too much for me. My boyfriend isn't treating me right. I wish I was driving. I'd come see you. I wish things were different, man. Um, let's see. There's quite a few of them on here. This is on my Facebook. There's quite a few of them. Let's see. She's telling me about how she's lonely and sad. Of course, everyone's mad at her. Well, I'm still mad at her too. The things that she did were horrible. Here she's telling me about how she's leaving and going to Virginia. She typed, "I want you to know you've helped me too. This hasn't been a one-way beneficial friendship. I'm thankful for you and what you've offered to me. I'm going to miss you more than you know." Now we're also going to get to the parts where she talks about how she's infatuated me and not much has changed. That was actually while I was in Virginia that she typed that at me. Here I was at Candace Bondurant's. She's the one with 2 daughters who are into art. Here's, well, Candace wanted me to get a car so I'd get a girlfriend and stop complaining. So I did get a car. I got that Honda Civic from David and Laura Nelson. All right, here's, I believe this is on the way to Virginia. No, this is June 20th. That's way before Virginia. She loved the hat. Beard's looking. Now there's a whole bunch of these. There's a picture that I drew for being my hero. It wasn't quite finished at this point. Dude, you really drew that? Like for real? Yeah, of course I did. Me and Natalie were friends. That's the thing that people want to ignore. We were friends. All right. There's more of them too, just so you know. Let's see. How about these ones? Yep. All right, so this is while I was in Virginia, and I should probably start with the last video in it because they're in reverse chronological order, which sucks. All right, here she's talking about saving her friend's life last night. He's diabetic, he took his insulin and forgot to eat, had an nowhere he dropped, started losing motor function, started swinging on me. It took his mom and I hours to get him normally, feeding him sugar tablets and glucose drinks. It was terrifying. They said if I wasn't there, he'd be in a coma and dead. She was my hero too, just so you know. My mom said juvenile diabetes is the hardest to manage. I'm so glad I was there. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was going in reverse, wasn't I? All right. Here she's telling me she had a rough couple of days. That's early September. Of course, I did what you're supposed to do, offer to talk about it. Typed, "Who, my dad is shooting meth again. I had to talk to my uncle for a couple hours. He can't stop using meth either. People are trying to kill him, but I don't know how true that is. He's all twacked out. I can't help them, and I'm scared for them." Here she types, "Good morning, Sean. I'm sorry I haven't talked much. I've been in a bad spot for a couple of days. I hope you have a great day. If you could make it here, I'd be so happy. I wouldn't hold it against you if you couldn't. I will be there shortly." There's also the one where she messaged me when she was going to Virginia. She said, "If I go to Virginia, I'm gonna need you to come and visit." So, of course, we did make the plans, and it just didn't work out right. She typed, "I need a friend right now. I've been really suicidal lately. I'm having a hard time." I typed, "I know the feeling. You were the person who pulled me out of my depression. I've had anxiety about not being there for you the way you were there for me. Seeing you is my goal. Everything else is secondary. Know who is good to you and be good to them. Jeff Baldrige." And she posted up a bunch of hearts at me. I keep going in the wrong direction, don't I? Here's some pictures of her leg right after the accident that she sent me. This is a picture of Natalie. She wanted me to draw a picture of her. And of course, I did. She thought I did a wonderful job. She also called me my love, which is a little bit more than I could handle. But, you know, that's the thing, is that she thought she was in love with me. She typed, "Hon, it won't be perfect, but there are moments that make it." I like that. I haven't. Well, this is about rescuing people, I believe. She types, "I haven't thought about it like that until you said it. Do you remember how infatuated I was with you? Much hasn't changed." I explained to her that I was scared of her. She typed, "You were scared of me? Why so? You lit up my day by walking into the park. I was found you to be so interesting. You drew a badass dragon on my shoulder, and I thought I was in love." All because I drew a dragon on her shoulder with Sharpie, with catching. I don't know how that would make you be in love with somebody, but okay. Let's make sure we get up close enough that they'll actually read it. Said, "You drew a badass dragon on my shoulder, and I thought I was in love. You always made me smile. Then I think the last time I saw you, I was sleeping under the library, laying next to Emery and Alicia. She got drugged that night, and you yelled at me a little bit, but I was embarrassed. You'd thought something had happened that didn't. I didn't see you after that until you came into my life again." And then she typed "fond," to correct it from "found." Now this is the Natalie Bollinger I knew before her friends and family made both of our lives hell. I started off with her sister Alicia the day after my birth. Well, a couple of days before my birthday. But Natalie was gonna try to do something about it. Then on my birthday, she was telling me that her and Alicia were fighting over a boy. Now you notice that she was talking about still being infatuated with me. Yeah, that was after this, I believe. They do have, it's really light though. It says the day and the year. Here I typed, "I wasn't scared of you, I was scared for you," and that's true. I'm scared of every female because all it takes is one false accusation and your whole life as a male is gone. But she was underage. She was hanging out with a bunch of heroin heads in a very messed up and scary situation. It turned out that, well, let's see, I wasn't scared of you. I was scared for you. I haven't seen what happens there, good folks, or I have seen what happens there, good folks and bad folks, and it's tough to tell the difference. Kayla told me you and your sister were cute, so I should look out for you and keep you safe, and I respected Miss Maddie. You were both her friends, so I wanted you to be the same place as I wanted to see Maddie and Kayla, somewhere that you wouldn't be victimized. Pearl and the library are scary places when you see how many 13-year-old girls become 20-year-old homeless drunks. I remember missing you when you left. You were incredibly decent to me, and it felt good. I hoped you were safe, and one night you showed back up on Pearl Street. I'm glad you came back. Now here's the thing. Why did I miss her when she left? Because last time I saw her, she was with, well, her and her sister were with Arturo and Emery under the Boulder Public Library. Alicia was in a sleeping bag with Emery, and Natalie was in a sleeping bag with Arturo. Or maybe it was the other way around. But that's the thing, that I told them they needed to leave and go home and not come back, and they left and did not come back. Turns out they went into foster care. Oh, here it is. It's where she types. I went into foster care after that, and that's why I stopped coming. Oh yeah, I'm going the wrong direction again, aren't I? All right, she typed. I went into foster care after that. That's why I stopped coming around. Pops was hitting my sister and having us sell and do drugs with me. It's honestly the best thing that could have happened, though. I wanted to be homeless and do drugs all day. Once I got clarity, my goals changed. And of course, I also apologized for yelling at her. She's right, I did yell at her. Them little girls ought not have been underneath the library with those overage men doing anything whatsoever. She typed, sorry, you did what? I typed, yelled at you when you were drugged. I guess she typed that her sister was drugged, didn't she? I typed, yelled at you when you were drugged. Stuff like that is why I try to scare kids away. She typed, don't apologize. I was a baby looking for what I didn't even know about yet. You were looking out for me. I was really young. Too young to be doing the drugs and hang out with people I had no business being around. You see that? Even she agreed with what I did. Even she stated that I was looking out for her. I also had to look out for me, and that's the thing about the rumors that were told by Maddie Boa. It resulted in a lot of abuse. Here we're talking about how not walking is a pain. She needed to warn me. Of course, we've already planned the trip there, and she's warning me about her family. She says, it has already gotten boring, is what she's telling me. It already has. But Sean, I need to warn you, my family may not be so kind. The relationship you and I have is different. They won't like it. I love them dearly, but they aren't very accepting of different. I'm very different. I also love very different. Now, she kept going back and forth between, now obviously when she's telling me that she's in love with me or anything of that nature, I try to sidestep it or convince her to think otherwise. But, you know, that's the thing, is that the way that I love and the way that she loved were absolutely very different. There doesn't have to be sex involved for it to be love. I mean, here she loves her family dearly, obviously. But she knew they wouldn't be so kind, and she's absolutely right. I grew up the son of two crackhead racists from Nebraska, getting my ass kicked for being white, and people haven't been much nicer in my adult life. You are nice to me, and I'll be good to them no matter how mean they are. I'm resilient like that. She typed, they won't be mean. They aren't mean, just not welcoming, and like we still won't be able to walk, so you'd have to come to my home. Now, here's the thing, is that then once I was there, she let me know that I couldn't go to her home. Well, that would have been nice to know before I made the trip out there and you told me I got to come to your home. Here we're talking about me drawing. Here's another picture she sent me of her leg and a couple more. Here she's talking about the pain meds. She's asking me when I'll be on my way, and this is September 23rd, so she's already well aware I'm on the way. You know, I haven't left Chapel, Nebraska yet at this point. I typed hello. She typed, hey, hon. I typed, how are you? She typed, I'm good. I got pain meds and I feel good. My leg isn't hurting at all right now. So I'm very well. How are you? I typed, very good. I have work for tomorrow, so I can leave with money left over when I get there. It's an extra day, but after 3 months, a day isn't much. She typed, good. When will you be on your way? And then she typed, this was September 28th. She typed, I live with my mom. I'm sorry it's like this. At least he has a car so we can all go somewhere. My family is just weird about bringing people over. I'm sorry. Really, where are you? I was in Kentucky at that point. And that's the thing about the whole screwed up situation is it was the plans that we had and then how it all ended up when I got there were completely different. The people who were involved that were going to go with me didn't go. That was Maddie Boa. Here it is. She sent me a picture of her leg and she said, well, I love you and I'm excited to see you. And that's the thing. Let's see here. I typed, nope, I haven't done drugs in over a decade and I stopped smoking weed 2 weeks before I came here. I figure if you were sober, it's not a good idea to be getting stoned around you. She typed, haha, you didn't have to do that, but it's super illegal out here. I typed, illegal or not, it's tough to stay sober around unsober people. When I needed a friend, you and Maddie were it. Everyone else flaked and it messed my head up. So did a lack of sleep. There isn't much I wouldn't do to see you happy. She typed, I'm really struggling staying clean. I can't just smoke or just drink. I like harder drugs, they're more addictive. And then we got to talking about her heroin addiction, which, yep. She typed, you're spot on. I was just curious how you knew. Here's one where she types, I'm in so much pain. My ex has been calling me saying he has a gun to his head. I've been trying to talk him down again. My uncle, my uncle got 9 charges. He's looking at a lot of time because of meth, and I'm sad. I feel like shit and I feel helpless. I can't even leave my house to see you because Alicia left for the weekend. I can't make you feel better, and I feel a little useless right now, and I'm always bitching about my life to you. She did. She called me up quite a bit to bitch about her life. Like I said, there's a lot here to it. All right. Now we can end the video. Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind.